up everybody? Welcome to Adventure FPV. My name is Lee. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So today I want to talk a little bit about the Nosgold Evoke F5D, the Dead Cat version. I've had this quad for about a month now, and I just wanted to talk about my thoughts on it and where we're at so far. So I'm going to start off by saying I love it. I absolutely love this quad so far. I went with the Dead Cat version because I want the props out of view, because I do a lot of cinematic type of flying. Not so much freestyle, but more cinema stuff. And I wanted to get the props out of view, and it is 95% out of the view from the Polar Cam here. You can see a little bit when it spins by, but mostly I was worried about the GoPro. On my traditional X-Frame Nosgold, the V2 version, I was getting quite a bit of props in view. And I know a lot of people, it's a hot button topic. A lot of people are like, there's no props in frame. Bull, I'm calling you bull right now, because I film in a 4:3 aspect ratio and use Real Steady Go. So when you film in a 4:3 aspect ratio on the GoPro, it uses a square, uses the entire sensor to film. So you may not always have props in view, but when you use Real Steady Go, it uses that entire square space to reframe and stabilize the shot. So once in a while it dips down and it catches the props in view. So I wanted the Dead Cat, the DC frame style, to avoid that. I wanted to not have any props in view at a very low camera angle. Sometimes I like to fly at 0 to 5 degrees depending on what I'm trying to film. And I know a lot of people say, why don't you just get a Cinewoop? Well, I have a Cinewoop. I want a 5-inch, I want to film with a 5-inch, so to each their own. For me, the Dead Cat works the best for that kind of flying, for having power on a 5-inch and being able to get the props out of view. I've also heard people say that even with the new Evoke, the X-Frame, they said, oh, I don't have props in view on the GoPro, and they're sending me pictures, but then they take a look at it and they realize, oh, I have Hyper Smooth on, or Boost on. So when the camera's sitting still and you have Hyper Smooth on, yeah, there is no props in frame. You're absolutely right, because it's cropping in on that square sensor to make a 16:9 image. So as soon as you turn that off, if you turn off Hyper Smooth or whatever, and you get the wide super view, those props are going to be in view. And for me personally, I just wanted to get rid of that. It depends on your flying style. If you're looking to do acro and stuff, this Dead Cat, the DC version, is probably not the best for that. Another thing people were asking me about is, is it going to overheat because of these side panels? And they're worried about, oh, I'm not going to buy it because it's going to overheat. I have not had this overheat, not once, ever. So no problems with that whatsoever. I mean, if it's sitting on the bench, I know some of my other quads, if you're sitting on the bench doing a firmware update, they'll overheat. I mean, it's not like this thing is completely sealed in, like it's airtight. I mean, there's tons of holes here, there's holes along the side, there's holes on the bottom. So if it's sitting still, I don't think it's really going to make a difference. But I really do like these side panels because I think they provide a bit of protection, like if you're in the grass, from keeping stuff from flying inside along the sides here. So that's really nice. I like that. Also, I'm really enjoying the XT60 plug, the way they have it mounted here. It's really nice for cable management. I know some other people didn't know how they felt about it. Me personally, I'm liking it so far. Another thing people ask about and talk about is the lights. Like, oh, are the lights really necessary? Blah, blah, blah. No, they're not necessary. They just look cool, and why not? So, I don't do a lot of night flying. I'm sure if you're doing a night flight and you have spectators or you're doing a chase, they look really cool. I'm pretty new to FPV. I've only been flying for about less than 6 months, so I only know a couple of other FPV pilots, and we just haven't got together at night to do a night flight or anything like that. So we'll have to try it because I bet it looks pretty cool. Another thing I wasn't sure about was the Polar Cam. This was my first quad that I got with a Polar Cam on it, and I must say I really like it. There are some limitations as far as being stuck at 16:9 in the 60 frames per second and things like that people aren't super thrilled about, but for an everyday pilot like me who probably doesn't know any better, I like it. I think it's better than some of the alternatives like the Nebula Nano. I don't like that camera much, so this is really great. Another question that keeps popping up is durability with the lights and everything like that. So, I can't say that I've smashed this into anything, so I can't really speak to the durability, but I have had a few hard landings. I came up and hit a tree canopy and it flipped down, and there's not a scratch on it. Everything seems fine so far, but like I said, I haven't done any really hard bashing with it yet, so I can't really speak to that, but so far so good. I've actually even flown this with the Insta360 Go 2, mostly because I forgot my ND filters for my GoPro at home, and I had this and it was ready to go. And it was actually really nice because this thing was super light without the extra weight, and I felt like I could throw it around a little bit more. So even with the smaller camera, I had no jello, it was looking really good. So that's a bonus as well. So we'll take a look at some of the flight footage I've got over this last month. I haven't been out a whole lot with it, but I have had the chance to fly it in a few really cool places. So we'll take a look at some of that flight footage right now.
We rise and then we fall. Can the tides calling, calling through it all? Titans watching, waiting. Once rivals, now we sit patient at the end of the world. Where will we be? Immortality's calling. They'll speak our names forever. Gonna build an empire. Twin pillars, the east and the west, scorch our names in the dirt. They're calling us in. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? At the end of the world, where will we be? Immortality's calling. They'll speak our names forever. Eclipse the world together. Gonna build an empire. Build an empire. Take the world by fire. Gonna build an empire.
Again, guys, this is not a review. If you want to see my unboxing and initial impressions, I'll put a link somewhere up here. You can check on that, and you can watch that and see what I thought about it, see what comes in the box. This was just kind of a recap. I wanted to review what I thought about it so far. Lots of people were asking questions about it. So if you are interested in buying this, please consider using my affiliate link in the description. Even if you don't buy this and you buy something else after you click my link, I do get a commission. I am a very small channel, self-funded, so it would help my channel grow. If you are interested in buying this or any of the other products, please consider using my affiliate links. I also sell t-shirts and things like that on my website, adventurefpv.com. I have my rates, I have Betaflight backups, and lots of information about cameras and all sorts of things on there. So it's a great pilot resource. If you haven't been there, please go check it out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about your Evoke, or maybe if you're gonna get one or you're thinking about it, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video.